Hello, podcast listeners. I over here with my mic. First time ever recording a podcast episode like this. So, initially, this episode will be about how I had my company retreat this past week and how, honestly, the mice are out to play right now because all the supervisors took off after the retreat and we've been running the entire library, like all the young people. And so it's been quite interesting. I went from being isolated for 3, 4 months to now like in like a whole little friend group, and we all are like having a blast just being ourselves and exploring the campus. Cause man, when you work somewhere where you have some like tough supervisors at a library, they don't let you do nothing, like absolutely nothing. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've just been bored out of my mind and like falling asleep at my desk. It's crazy. Like, honestly, sometimes working at the library is exactly what you think it is, falling asleep. Or it could be exciting, like how this month I actually went dumpster diving for documents. Like really, like I kind of made a couple clips about it, and I should insert some pictures when I make the YouTube video of this podcast episode of me literally like going through filing cabinets from the 1980s, looking at pictures and documents from like student fairs and I see some stuff about like a Miss Texas pageant type files. It's really cool. And like these are the type of things we live for. Like I literally felt like the people from Indiana Jones, the Mummy, Night at the Museum. Like it actually happened to me, and I'm pretty sure there's even more places like that within my library, within my really university that I work at, that has those type of rooms where it's just documents sitting there. And we recently acquired a new president collection for one of the presidents at the college, and literally there's so much water damage. Like they kept it in a room that had water damage already in the ceiling, and now we have to figure out a way to unstick all the documents because they're stuck together like glue. It is crazy. But not what this podcast is about. This is a little recap of what I did within like the last couple weeks. But like I said, the company retreat where we were supposed to do our strategic planning. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. But yeah, we had fun. We got lit. Like, when you stay at a very like fancy, I would say 5-star hotel, which we did. They gave us 2 complimentary drinks, and when you give free drinks to people, we're gonna go at happy hour and we're gonna have fun. And so for me, I had 2 margaritas. And you know what they say about the margaritas? I don't know that TikTok song, but I was definitely a little turned. It's kind of crazy because the drinks were like this big, but they had me kind of going. And then later on, after we had the drinks, we had dinner. Then we got dressed and went to the pool by 7 because all the kids were out. And so initially I got into my swimsuit. Like I have this like nice 2-piece caramel swimsuit from Target because lately I've been into like neutral tones. And so I got a neutral tone swimsuit, and I wore it with my little lace coverall, and I had on some shorts. And so when I went down to the pool, which was like on like the 3rd floor of the hotel, one of my coworkers was already there. He was swimming, and then everybody else came, and we started playing music and having fun, and then throwing back shots. And so initially, at some point throughout the night, somebody brought out some cards. We played spades and like continued drinking. And like next thing I know, one of my coworkers literally grabbed my hand and started dancing with me. And because I've been drinking, I really cannot control myself like how I normally would. Because when I drink, I get more fun. I get bold. I do what I want. I go after what I want whenever I'm under the I'm more influenced. As they say, liquid courage. That's exactly what that does for me. Is have some nice liquid courage. And initially, yeah, I might have, twerk this ass up on. That's all I can say because it's slightly embarrassing, It's not something, a person expects to do, but when you've had drinks and good times and people are dancing with you, showing you attention, you get kind of comfortable, you get kind of loose. And so that's initially what happened to me. And I don't regret it, honestly, because I like having moments like that because then I get to have nice little story times like this. And so really, like, me and my coworker, we was just laughing off, having fun, but I knew that I was doing a lot. But so was he. Like, we was both a little turned. You know what I'm saying? We was both a little turned because he had something a little stronger than what I had. We just kept going. And then somebody decided to buy a big bottle of scotch. And it messed us all up. Like, we just kept going and going and going until like 11 o'clock, and we finally stopped and we all went to our rooms and whatnot. But I can't even begin to tell you if we actually did or didn't go through what we initially had to, because it felt like a free vacation with free buffet food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We were supposed to have a little bonding moment, and we, like, the younger group kind of snuck off, went to the pool, and we did what we did. And honestly, I would totally do it again, because I recorded another YouTube video, that how being around Black culture a lot more now than I have majority of my life, I'm so happy. Like, this is something that I've always have wanted to do, and I have been researching, like, my own personal research when it comes to archives and special collections, is looking up collections by African Americans and learning more about my own culture. Because growing up, I didn't have that, I would say, access, because of how my parents were. Like, not everybody is proud to be a Black person. That's just being completely honest here. And so I grew up having that lack, having that, like, no knowledge. And so I made it my mission to, like, I can reach out and get to know people, because I actually do want to know more than what I already have. Because no matter how many books I read, no matter how many classes and degrees I acquire, it's nothing like knowing your own culture. And when you've been kind of like stripped away from it because of personal beliefs, is devastating. And I feel like I'm getting back to what I should have been doing this entire time. And I feel like also is giving back to the community, because that's something else I love to do. I love to do outreach. And so having this, like, personal journey of really looking up and seeing what African American archival collections there are, and, like, being at a Black institution, I'm learning about this city, this town, and everything about it, and what type of collections are here, and, like, how I can create a community archive, because that's my initial goal. Like, no matter what people say about me, no matter what people may leave me out of, as long as I get to create that and continue that project into, like, preserving family legacies, because really HBCUs are like family legacies. I want to preserve that. I want to preserve their stories. I want to preserve their voices. And they deserve to have the right person, the right people with the right intentions to do it. And that's initially what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm pretty pumped about it, because I never in a million years saw myself doing something like this as a person who became a writer and now is an archivist. Like, totally left field for me. And I get to combine the two things that I absolutely love, which is storytelling and preservation. And so my goal has always been to help preserve stories, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. I have a plan, because today I was a little impulsive. Like, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing, And I just went along with it. Like I said, you know what? I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna do something that I haven't even proposed to my own supervisor, because I was like, I need to make this connection. I need to make connections with my coworkers. I cannot sit here and allow someone to allow me to be isolated. I need to put myself out there, and I hope that the people are receptive to it as well, which are my coworkers. And it turned out better than I thought it would. And I'm hoping my project that I have in mind, because I want to bring in a new person that we're about to hire within my department. I want to bring them in on it, because I believe that this could be something great. This could be something legendary. And it is going to help us prepare for an upcoming anniversary of the campus, actually. And I have so many things planned, but initially, when it comes to this podcast, I just want to document what I'm doing on a weekly basis, and also make these YouTube videos as well. Because right now, I just got off of work and I had dinner, and I knew I wanted to record this episode because I want to remember how I felt in this moment. I always say that because I've had so many moments, and I let myself just sit in those moments, but I never really expressed myself. And so this is helping me not only with public speaking, but with expressing myself more verbally. Because as a writer, I'm good with my words. No matter what, I'm fantastic with my words. Like, I could write a bomb-ass email, a speech, a book, but verbally, I'm not that great. And so this podcast is helping me break out of my shell. This YouTube is helping me get comfortable in front of the camera, because I know where I'm about to go. I'm writing an article, doing a secret project, have another project in mind that I'm going to be in front of people, and I'm going to be speaking, and I want to improve on that. And that's what this podcast is about. It's about my journey. Because as I'm recording these docuseries, I have never been more excited in my life than recording these episodes, like recording myself. I'm even more excited to relaunch this podcast. Because initially in the beginning, I had so many ideas, but I was not focused. And I knew that once I got my own place, I would be focused. And I have so much more content coming up. There's so many more confessions, and I'm hoping that if anyone is listening to this podcast, that you take a lesson from me and do what you have to do, but do not allow yourself to miss the moment. Embrace the moment. You've got to write it down in a journal. This is your story, and you deserve to remember it and embrace it exactly how you need it to. Because you only live one life. And if there's anything I've learned, do not let personal beef get in the way. Do not let people get in the way of your dream. And that's initially what I am doing now, since I'm officially, I will always have Louisiana in my heart, but I am no longer in Louisiana. And I had to get away from where I was to achieve what I really wanted. And I know one day I will publish a book. It's going to be amazing. And I hope you guys stay tuned for the next episode, because I have even more stories to tell. Hopefully. Sorry, I was thinking about the retreat again. Hopefully you guys have a good night. See you next time.